English listening practice, discussing risks and impacts in project management. Welcome to this English listening practice video designed for IT professionals and project managers. In this lesson, we explore a realistic workplace conversation focused on understanding how issues in a software project impact the delivery schedule, budget, resource allocation, and product quality. This kind of dialogue is common in risk assessment meetings, project reviews, and discussions between project managers and development teams. Listen carefully and try to understand how each topic is explained in clear, professional English. A project manager and a technical lead are discussing a newly reported issue in the system. They want to understand how this issue might affect the overall project plan. Good morning. I want to talk about the new issue that was reported yesterday. I need a clear understanding of its impact. First, what does this issue impact in our project timeline? This issue impacts several important parts of the project time. Most importantly, it affects the delivery schedule, milestone completion, and resource allocation. Let's go through each of those in detail. How is the delivery schedule affected? The delivery schedule may be delayed because our team needs more time to analyze the problem, identify the root cause, and apply a fix. If the issue is complex, testing may also take longer. All of this pushes back the planned delivery date. I understand. What about milestone completion? Some milestones might not be completed on time. For example, our development milestone may need to be extended. The testing milestone might start later. The client review phase could be delayed. When one milestone shifts, the next milestone usually shifts as well. And how does this issue affect resource allocation? We may need to reassign team members to focus on this issue. For example, developers might pause their current tasks to investigate. QA testers may need to test the impacted components more deeply. Support teams may need to prepare communication for the client. This means other tasks will slow down because the resources are temporarily dedicated to solving this problem. In IT projects, even a single issue can create a chain reaction. If a task takes longer or requires more people, the entire project plan can shift. This is why project managers need clear and detailed information about the issue's impact. Let's talk about the budget. Will this issue affect our budget? Yes, it may affect the budget in several ways. The most important areas are cost estimate, resource planning, contingency funds. Can you explain how the cost estimate is impacted? When we need more time or more people to fix an issue, the cost naturally increases. For example, additional work hours, extra testing time, rework that was not planned. All of these contribute to a higher cost estimate. What about resource planning? We might need to bring in extra team members, or we may need senior developers to review the problem. Any change in resource planning affects the budget because different roles have different cost rates. Sometimes we also need tools, software licenses, or additional environments, which adds more cost. And how are contingency funds involved? Contingency funds are usually reserved for unexpected issues. If we spend part of this budget now, we may have less flexibility later in the project. So this issue not only increases current costs, but also reduces our safety buffer for future risks. Budget impact is one of the most important topics in project management. Clients expect predictable costs, and unexpected expenses require careful communication and approval. Now let's talk about product quality. What is the risk to the product quality because of this issue? The risk concerns several areas, including feature stability, user experience, testing coverage. Tell me more about feature stability. If the issue affects the core functionality, any change we make might introduce new bugs. We need to make sure that the fix does not break existing features. If we rush the fix without proper testing, the system may become unstable. Understood. What about user experience? When features don't work correctly, the user experience suffers. Users may experience slow performance, errors, inconsistent behavior, or difficulties completing tasks. A poor user experience can lead to lower satisfaction and even complaints from clients. And what is the impact on testing coverage? Because we need to focus on this issue, some planned test cases might be postponed. This means certain parts of the system may not receive the complete testing they need. As a result, other bugs could remain undetected. Product quality must always be protected. Even when schedules are tight, skipping testing or rushing development can create long-term problems. A strong project manager ensures that quality remains a priority. How long do you think it will take to resolve this issue? It depends on the complexity. If the issue is small, we can fix it within a few hours. But if it involves multiple components, data, or integration points, it might take several workdays. We should know more after the initial analysis. If the delay becomes significant, what are the potential consequences? Some of the consequences could be missed deadlines, tightened testing schedules, increased workload for team members, higher stress levels, less time for reviewing and validating features, possible contract penalties depending on the agreement. This is why it's important to address the issue quickly and efficiently. What steps can we take to minimize the negative impact? We can assign more resources temporarily, increase communication with the client, prioritize critical tasks, extend working hours only when necessary, improve documentation of the issue, perform rapid but careful testing. With these actions, we can reduce delays and maintain quality. A strong project manager guides the team through unexpected problems. Clear communication, realistic planning, and teamwork help keep the project on track. Thank you for the detailed explanation. Before we finish, can you summarize the key impacts of the issue? Certainly. Here is the summary. Timeline impact: delayed delivery schedule, postponed milestones, reassigned resources. Budget impact: increased work hours, adjusted resource planning, reduced contingency funds. Product quality risks: decreased feature stability, poorer user experience, reduced testing coverage. Excellent. That summary is clear. Let's monitor the situation closely, continue analysis, and update our clients accordingly. Please keep me informed as soon as you have more details. Of course, I will provide updates throughout the day. Great job following this English listening practice session. In this video, we explored how a project manager and technical lead discuss the impact of a software issue on the project timeline, budget, and product quality. These conversations are essential for risk management, stakeholder communication, and successful project delivery. If you enjoyed this video and want more English listening practice for IT and project management, don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch the next episode.